Okay, this is another video about being slayed to the tee box on the 6th hole. Uh, by the time we get done with this video we're watching, I think anybody who has any experience with golf, any years of experience or wisdom under their belt with golf, would agree that a couple of people in this group, if not all, are beginners. They're amateurs. They're amateur beginners playing the silver tees on the 6th hole. Now, my camera was set up right next to that gravel pile, just to the right of it. That my bunker, and I kept the camera on the tee so when you watch this ball fly into my yard, it came into my yard over the bunker and almost hit the camera. It almost hit the camera. I'm going to turn down the sound here because I start talking. But this is a group of 4 players. As I said, this is so typical. This is so typical of daily action on the weekend. These are weekend players. And again, as I've told you in other videos, you've got the tees all the way back for a weekend player, a weekend amateur. Okay, now here's our fourth guy. And if you don't agree, anybody with any golf credentials at all, maybe you run a pro shop, he's got that ball teed up about 3 inches. He's got it teed really high. The other guy has to come in and tell him how high. So the other guy has probably brought this guy out to play golf today. And watch this swing. Okay? Now, they probably had the pin back near the harbor because it's a typical weekend. They put the pin way back on the weekend, and then they moved the tee boxes way back and almost to the cart path. And this guy, he either has to hit from there as an amateur or move up to the ladies' tee. And nobody in that group, their ego isn't going to allow them to play from the ladies' tee. So you've got 4 amateurs there. The first one didn't really look like he knew what he was doing with his practice swings. The second guy hit one over my bunker and into my yard, almost hit my camera that was sitting on my property. Okay? And the third guy hit a relatively good shot. He was probably the best guy in the whole group. And the 4th player you saw barely. Do you think that guy had how many balls do you think that guy would have to hit from back there, the 4th golfer, before he put it on near the pin 160 yards away with that swing? Come on, guys. You guys running the pro shop? How about matching this golf course to the people who play it? Okay? How about matching it to the people who play it? Either that or put somebody on the first tee when these guys come up. Anybody with a golf wisdom, experience, 25 years of golf under his belt playing every day would have known when these guys hit the first tee that. And if they were playing the back tees, and the thing of it is, they played the easiest tees set up on the course that day. These are silver. But for a player like that is still a 160-yard shot. Not one of those people, maybe the third guy to hit. The guy to help the guy tee up his ball, he might have hit it. But everybody else ain't got a clue. Clueless. Okay? The first guy might have hit it, but just watching his routine in the practice, he wasn't comfortable with the shot. And he hasn't been playing for that long. Okay? Just wanted to send this along to all the people that criticize me for bitching about that tee box, but that's what happens day in and day out. When I say on a busy day I got golf balls in my yard all day, I'm not kidding. I've had a golf ball, I've seen where they open up the course and the first person, by 8 in the morning after they change the tees, sometimes they'll move the tees back there. The guy that sets up the course in the morning will move the tees back there. And on the weekend, it makes no sense to me. You've got a lot of players. Maybe you got booked a lot of players. Instead of moving the tees up and making it easy and then putting a pin up front next to the bailout area where everybody bails out, so right now all they have to do is chip it up next to the pin, make their putt and get out and move the crowd. What do? You take the tee box, you put it back on the corner, and then you move the pin back all the way back on the left on the green with the harbor behind it, the little body of water. And now for the weekend you ask amateurs like this to try to hit a ball 160 yards. And they're playing the shortest tees they can play. And their ego isn't going to allow them to move up to the ladies' tee. Two of them guys probably couldn't put it on the green or get it near the green from the ladies' tee. This is the new golf in the West Valley, out here in Buckeye. Thank you for listening.